Hey VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. Hope everybody's having a great summer. It's been a beautiful summer up here in Maine. Um, been enjoying the weather and getting outside. Actually, last night went to a concert down in Portland, and we got to see Elvis Costello, who gave an amazing show, 2 hours long. Played all his hits, and so did a lot from Imperial Bedroom, and just fantastic show. Had the crowd up and cheering and carrying on. Ended up with What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding, which is just great. And if he's in your neighborhood and you get a chance, definitely go check him out. He was great, just a great show. I don't know if I told you recently, I've been putting records in a booth at an antique mall I have near here. So I got a booth and been buying records, putting things in there, selling stuff. And in the past 2 weeks or so, I probably bought over 1,000 albums. And most of them are going on to the sale, but I've been pulling some stuff out for myself, which is the whole point of selling them, is that I can sort of feed my habit without spending a lot of money. So what I'm going to show today is a bunch of jazz albums that I've been managed to pull out of these records I've been buying and reselling at my booth there in the mall. I've been sort of cleaning them up, putting new sleeves on them, new inner sleeves, new outer sleeves, sort of cleaning them up, making them look good, and putting out a good price. I'm buying it cheap, and I'm selling them cheap too. So keep the music rolling, keep everybody happy. So I got to get to it. I got a bunch of stuff to go through. A lot of these I haven't cleaned yet, so I haven't heard all of them, but I know most of them. I got to put 2 plugs in before I get started. One is for Brian at Shamrock Records, who gave me a big shout out last time and helped me push my numbers up to over 100. I'm now at 119 subscribers, and I want to thank everybody who watches my channel. I never thought I'd get to this point, so hopefully they're enjoying what they see. And if you don't know Brian's channel, which is Shamrock Records, make sure to check him out. The other thing is, I just recently got a new cleaner for my spin clean. Trying this new stuff out. It's called the Groovinator, and I just started it, using it the other day, and I think it's going to be really great. I mixed it into a gallon of distilled water, and I think it does a really good job. I'll give more of a report when I listen to some more records. So let's get to it. It's all jazz, and this is all stuff I got recently when I bought a lot of records to resell. So these are the cream, which I kept for myself. First, a couple of records are by a guy I absolutely love, just passed away last year. Saw him way back in the 70s at a place in New York City called Slugs, which was a great bar, and it is Larry Coryell. This is with Catherine. It's called Splendid. This is a white label promo. Larry Coryell, great guitar player, great jazz guitar player from the era. So I got that one. I think this is his first one, called Coryell. Also a great album. Ron Carter on bass on this one. Larry. And the last one is called Lady Coryell. So I got 3 Larry Coryell albums in that grouping, which is really a great find for me. I used to have all these records way back in the day, and glad to add them back to my collection. Next one, Frank Morgan, great saxophone player. This is called Easy Living. This is from '85. Cedar Walton on piano, Tony Dumas on bass, and Billy Higgins on drums. How bad could it be? It's got to be great. Next one is one I didn't know anything of, but it just looked cool as can be. It's a great cover. It's called, the guy's name is Wild Bill Davison. And this is Jazz on a Saturday afternoon. Wild Bill Davison, when was it recorded? It's from Columbia, South Carolina. Don't know exactly. Oh, recorded 1970. June 13, 1970. So looking forward to digging into that. Oh, in the background, by the way, we're listening to Sidney Bechet. This is Blues from the Heart. Love Sidney Bechet. So great stuff there. This one I was really shocked to see and really excited about. Again, I got to give it a good cleaning before I spin it, but Lester Young, Newly Discovered Performances, Volume 1. Live broadcast from the Royal Roost. Master of Ceremonies is Symphony Sid. So this is all 1948. recordings. So looking forward to giving that a spin. Love Lester Young. Next one is an album by a great artist. This one is a little later recording. It's Horace Silver, great piano player. This is Silver and Brass. This is a later recording, probably. I should look through this first. Anyway, looking forward to that. Horace Silver. Next, another great piano player, an earlier piano player from the days. Played around the same time that Louis Armstrong, was a good friend of Louis, Earl Father Hines. This is live at Buffalo, the Statler Hilton Hotel in Buffalo. Recording date. I should look at these things first, I know. All right, I don't see the recording date on here. Not a quick look anyway. But Earl Father Hines. Talking about great piano players, to me, one of the greats, probably the greatest technical piano player, Art Tatum. And this is Capitol Jazz Classics Volume 3, solo piano. Again, this is 1949. Oh, July 13th, 1949. So exactly 68 years ago. Another Art Tatum album. This is a double 20th Century Piano Genius for the first time, complete and unedited. The acclaimed Art Tatum 20th Century Piano Discoveries Sessions. So this is 2-record set. Not much on the inside to be able. Unfortunately, the back is all ripped up there, but for the price, which is basically free, I can't complain. So, love to have Art Tatum in my collection. This next one I saw, I hadn't known this album before, and the more I looked into it, the more I found out it's worth. The original soundtrack to Paris Blues, music composed by Duke Ellington, featuring Louis Armstrong. I guess it was a movie. It looks like it had Paul Newman in it. I don't know who else. But it's a DJ copy. And I looked this up on Discogs, and this is a white label promo. Looked at some Discogs, it's like a $15 album. So that was really nice for a nice quick find. Let's see, Paul Newman, Sidney Poitier, and Joanna Woodward, and Diana Carroll. So not a bad cast for a movie. Don't know that movie, but great cover, and I'm sure it's great music. All Duke Ellington stuff and Louis Armstrong sitting in. So can't beat that. This one I saw also jumped at it. I was like, again, another one I couldn't believe was sitting in there. Sonny Rollins, who I'm really into recently. Love Sonny Rollins. Amazing saxophone player, one of my favorites. This one has Tony Williams with him and Donald Byrd, so how bad could that be? Don't Stop the Carnival, so looking forward to that one too. Don't Stop the Carnival. This next one I didn't know anything about, but it looked interesting. Guy's name is Sam Noto, N-O-T-O. Album's called Act 1. It's on Xanadu Records, recorded in 1975. Didn't know much about it. Again, haven't played it yet. It's sort of falling apart. The cover needs to be fixed up. Sam Jones on bass, Billy Higgins on drums, Sam Noto on trumpet, Joe Romano on tenor, and Barry Harris on piano. So looking forward to that also, getting that cleaned up, giving that a spin. This next one, again, another one I didn't know anything about, but again, I looked this up on Discogs, and it seems to be worth some money too, which is always a nice little addition. It's a guy named Mark Murphy, Midnight Mood, and as I read it, it turns out he's a singer. He's singing with the band, which has Kenny Clark, Jimmy Wood on bass, Sahib Shahib on baritone and flute, Ronnie Scott on tenor sax, etc. So, don't know anything about Mark Murphy, but I'm willing to give it a try. And again, the fact that Discogs says it's worth some money is sort of a nice little side bit there. Next, a great piano player, a guy that played with Benny Goodman, helped break the color barrier for jazz when Benny Goodman integrated his trio and quartet, Teddy Wilson. piano player striding after Fats, so it's all a tribute to Fats Waller music, which I'm really looking forward to also. Black Lion recording, recorded January 1974, and all solo piano by Teddy Wilson. Next one, I picked this up at a local store actually, just because I love the cover, and the more I looked into it, the more I'm looking forward to it. Just love that cover, it's so great. Ruby Braff, B-R-A-F-F, trumpet player. Those classic stuff, Stardust, here's Freddie, Moonglow, Swonderful, How Long Has This Been Going On? So I don't know if this was a full band or if it's solo stuff, but looking forward to that, and I couldn't resist that great cover. Ruby Braff, B-R-A-F-F. Excuse me, that record's over. So the next one I got, is a record a friend of mine picked up for me. He saw it at a yard sale and said, I know you'd like it, so he grabbed it for me, so I'm looking forward to this one. This is a tribute to John Coltrane with Wayne Shorter, Eddie Gomez, Jack DeJohnette, Dave Lieberman, and Richie Bierach. So looking forward to that, a tribute to John Coltrane. There you go. And the last two are by my main man. Oh, one more, I'm sorry. And this one is also one I picked up at a Goodwill for $1 recently. Three of the greats, Dizzy Gillespie, Ella Fitzgerald, and Charlie Parker. Recorded, it happened one night in concert, September 1947, a couple of years before my time. Dizzy Gillespie Big Band with special guests Charlie Parker and Ella Fitzgerald. So looking forward to that. That's got to be fantastic. And the last two are by my main man, the guy I love, jazz musician more than any. And actually I was lucky enough to see him toward the end of his career in the mid-70s. Is Thelonious Monk, Monk's Dream, the Thelonious Monk Quartet with Monk, Charlie Rouse, John Orr, and Frankie Dunlap on drums. I used to have this again back in the day, and I'm really looking forward to getting this cleaned up and spinning this today. And the last one is another Monk album, a double set, which is Brilliance, nice gatefold, and nice promo, not for sale. I can't remember if this is a white label or not, and it's not. But it has Sonny Rollins, Thad Jones, Paul Chambers, Sam Jones, Oscar Pettiford, Max Roach, Charlie Rouse. I mean, you know, come on. Fantastic. So there it is. Hopefully that'll be my screenshot. There you go. Monk, the greatest. So that's what I got for today. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to get those cleaned up with using my new Groovinator and see how that works. And until next time, you all have a great summer, and peace out.